So today we are discovering the eighth the Jinko style, and we're going to see what is the real style of life, what is our authenticity, how we can express itself, and what prevent us from being truly who we are. And this is a codon ring of water, so it connects these 8 and 8. So 2nd and 8, and you can see how the style or exquisiteness, the CD connected with unity, with CD of 2nd GQ. And basically, what is helping us to find is helping us, first of all, to release all the ways inside us where we don't accept who we are, we try to imitate, and we never truly become in a rebellion. Not even a rebellion in the way of against something like a direction, but rebellion in a sense of being bold to live your own authentic expression of God without any compromises on this path. So the shadow is mediocrity, the style is a gift, and the CD is
exquisite. Exquisiteness.
I just don't blame myself for not being able to pronounce it. Yes, and mediocrity. I would say this key is very interesting in the way that it can look very simple, because we might think, oh, it's just I need to find like my unique style or my expression of who am I. But when we dive into the layers of this shadow, we find that it's very tricky, or how Richard Rudd said, slippery. And there are so many ways of how we can dive into the shadow. And in a way, there was how he's saying is crossroads to hell, as any shadow is in his expression is a hell. So that was he was sharing, and the gift in CD basically is helping us to recognize our true nature. And but first of all, we need to see what brings us down and what affects us in a way that we dim our light and we don't express of who we are, we don't express of true nature. So mediocrity. And I would say this shadow is very deeply rooted in us since childhood, because as a children, there is no so many examples of a child who been growing up in an environment where has a right to fully express himself or herself freely and explore own talents and gifts and just be free. Most of the times we received conditioning. Don't do this, or no, opposite, you should do this, or you should do this, and don't express your emotions, or whatever other rules basically that condition us again to be who we are. And this shadow, is every shadow has two sides. So one of the side here, you would be a person who just live as a, let's say, the gray mass, like the mass consciousness. It doesn't this person will not even try to be different, will not even try to find himself. the dreams forbidden, the fire of life is not burning inside, and there is nothing really what kind of can make this person really happy. And with this key, it's a key. It's even if we look in human design, it's a channel 1-8, the channel of creativity. The channel through this will bring all that is new, all the new forms, all the creation into existence. And so basically it's connected. It's a channel 1-8. It's connected with the first key, that is Shiva, that's a pure existence, and it's a fire. So, and the fire and water merge, and we have a creation of life. And with the mediocrity, we just we became like a machine in a way to fulfill the needs of the collective. Like we're no different as any of their robots, for example, that doing this simple work. And if we not really ignite the fire inside, and if we will not find our true nature, then kind of we can be easily replaced, especially nowadays with the artificial intelligence and everything, with the robots and different systems that can do the simple work that's a lot of human do, in fact. So what they said, the only way here is to ignite your own light, the sparkle of light in you, and become it and live it without fear to be different. And as I said, the shadow, on the one level, it's a fear of be different. It's a fear of what others will think about me. And this person, every time when he or she wants to express something unique, or do something that is different, or just say something, or again, express that is really comes from the heart, it will hear the voice and say, oh, but what the others will think, or like what these people or this person, what they will think, how I will look like. Maybe they will think like I'm weird or stupid, or I will be rejected, and then I'll just not do anything. And the other extreme is again the reaction on this shadow. And those people who might think that they are rebellious, or might think that they're different, and then they live really unique paths, but in the way they just also in the reaction on this shadow of trying not to be normal, or trying to be different, try not to live a life as everybody else kind of, or the mass collective is doing it. And this key is saying that the unique style is something that's changing every moment. In fact, we will discover it more in a gift frequency, but the true style, it's not something that you formed and you like decide, okay, this is my style, and now I'm gonna live like this. This is how I dress, this is how I speak, this is my Instagram page, and it's not changeable, and like this is my unique style. Because in a way, unique style, unique style is always changing. It's always moving. It's unpredictable, even for the person who experiencing and expressing it. That's why it's a style.
It's white tea. 800 years old. How many years? 800 years old trees. Yeah.
Trees. Feels like I want to chew it.
Huh?
I want to chew it.
Yeah.
Smells like really nice. Yeah, so on that we have basically as a second polarity of shadow is reaction. We react on everything and everybody. We try to be different, but still we haven't discovered our true self. And this key requires us to really look within, to go inside, and to self-imitate. It's again saying that there is nobody who will give you an answer. There is nobody who will explain you kind of about your life. Only you can really find it out, and only you can be who you are. And when we later will go more in the city, we will see that this city, or people who represent the city, they are just like a live expression of God that is so unique. That's by itself it triggers others, because it's just like a fire that is burning, and in its ecstasy and its light, and it's like a diamond. It has a metaphor of a diamond, and it's triggering all the faults, all the lies, all the mediocrity that is we can see a lot in the society. And so you can even ask yourself a question right now while you're listening. Where do I play small? What do I want to express or create that I didn't give myself permission to do? Or I found a lot of reasons why it's not right time, or I don't know, I don't want to even do it because a lot of people already done this, or whatever other stories we can have in our minds. What is this style inside of you that, what was this inspiration that you want to share with others, but you didn't fully step up and you didn't fully choose it? Because this is what the contemplation of the ski is bringing to us. Where do I play small? Where do I play where do I stay in this mediocrity, and I don't show up? I don't fully become who am I? And it requires also, in a way, reprogramming of these childhood patterns and behaviors of stories of not being good enough, or not being able to speak your voice, or not being able again to express yourself, or that your dreams there was like not good, and you should be just economist because you can't be an artist, or you can't be this and that because you can't never earn money from this, and that's, you just should be somebody normal. And as I said, another polarity of these shadows will be more tricky and slippery, because this erection on a feeling of like, I don't want to be like everybody else. And it's interesting because in some way, the society right now, we can see it looks like it supports individuals, it supports our authenticity, and we can see it everywhere. Oh, you have to be yourself, you have to find your authentic path and everything. But if we look deeper, how much people do really express their authentic self? That is, in a way, can never be repeated and imitated by somebody else. That is just an absolute. That is just an absolute free expression of truth that lives inside of you.
This is it's a white tea from China, 800-year-old priest. The old priests have very nice energy, I find. Enjoy.
Tasty and smooth.
Yeah. The tea, the leaves look a bit like more, less dry and more, I mean, they're dry, but they look more alive. Or
Yeah, I think it's just like wild pick, you know, probably a wild tree, and they just like dry it straight.
Is it new tea?
No, we drank it's the last bit of we drank it a couple of times.
Maybe I just see it now with new eyes and a new
Me too.
taste that
Yeah, I
I've
think
never met it before.
I just got the water. It's much cooler, the water now. I didn't heat the water again. So that's
Ah,
like really top temperature, maybe 65, 70 degrees.
okay. There's so many nuances here.
Yeah, you gotta learn like each tea has its own. Yeah, you gotta find like the temperature. Yeah.
Each tea has uniqueness. And in fact, with tea, it's so beautiful. It's the same basically tea. All the teas are the same tree,
Yeah.
but they're so unique, all of them. And there's so different varieties of what you can make from the same basically tree. It's beautiful. And then the only different conditions, different way of brewing and everything. And this reminds me of, in fact, this metaphor of here of us, of human, and just not only human, but all existence, as we all is the same consciousness, like the same tree, but we're all unique. And we all need different conditions to fully become who we are and to be able to express. Because if water is too hot, the flavor is not opened fully, or like it's damaged, or if it's not enough hot, then it's also not going to work. So you have to find that exact environment and everything to kind of let the system fully express their uniqueness and all the talents and gifts. Yeah. And what also I felt with this key, it's like expression of your unique story, like your unique archetype of what your soul came here to express, came here to share with the world. It's like becoming a hero of your own fairy tale that you don't know where it leads you. You don't have a script, and you don't know that what's going to happen after this term, but you need to just have courage to follow this path and to follow the path of your heart and to make the story true and to live your story. And in fact, the more you surrender to your archetype in a way, the more you can find joy and happiness on this path. And even in the moments of challenges, you will feel that there is still alignment and feeling of like that this is truthful for you, and there's also a lot of support on the path, and that this is something that helps you even more to recognize who you are, like your true nature. And this reminds me of realization recently that the darkness is just helping light to fully realize itself, and in a way to fully choose itself. In this case, then the darkness just serving the light. We choose light in each and every moment. But coming back to mediocrity, that I would say, if we will speak especially about Bali, that here is not so much people who probably represent the repressive nature of the shadow. There's some more big cities and the offices where people work like 9 to 2 or
5.
Yes, 9 to 5, and this kind of energies. Here, I would say in Bali, it might be the different polarity exactly over there. I will be unique. I'm different. And this feeling of wanting to be different, in fact, is also mediocrity. Because in the true style, you in a way absolutely don't try to be anything. And you don't care how people see you. The shadow is always focused on what others think about me, how they will perceive me. Or if I post this photo of this video, what they will think about me. Or they will think that I'm beautiful, or they will think that I'm too stupid, or they will think that I'm too crazy, or whatever like stories we have. And every time that you stop yourself from expression of who you are with the thoughts of or what they will think, no matter who is they, anybody, this is the shadow of mediocrity. Because in this key there is a boldness, there is an energy of I will just be myself, and I don't, in a way, I don't care what others think. But again, need to be very careful because it can be the false rebellion. How Richard Rod was explaining, and I really love this metaphor, that a lot of people think that they are rebellions when they never really touch a core of what does mean to be a true rebellion. They just stuck in the direction of mediocrity. They just think that they choose alternative paths, because in a way what this key is they choose an alternative path. But alternative doesn't mean that I should deny everything else, or I should fight with something. It's not about this. It's more that I would say when you're fully choosing yourself and choosing your own path, there's nothing you need to fight with. There is nobody you need to explain why you do this. There is you don't need to, you need to explain yourself. You don't need to, you don't even think in this way. You don't care because you just absolutely focus on expressing the uniqueness of life stream and your creation power, your creation ability, because this key is very, very creative. And by this, when you are you, this is naturally attracts to you all the right people, all the right possibilities and everything. And in this case, we can, for example, look in the market scene and we can ask how much of this is really supportive to us, and how much of this is in fact leading us to the wrong direction. Because if we follow, like the 8th Jinky would say, if you follow a script, you never will be able to experience your personal style. Because if you follow a script that somebody kind of made for you, then you will never be able to fully open up and experience your true self. Because your path is also, it's about making mistakes sometimes and learn from them, because this is how you embody your power. It's about the true rebellion that we can see in this gift is the one who throw himself in the fire of life, ready to burn in every second, and don't care of image even within himself. It's like, it's a so unique expression of life that then this energy exactly will awaken other, because yeah, it's like a fire of something that truthful, that unique, that sparkling, when we see just a collective mass, where just people are just stuck either in imitating, fighting, or suppressing themselves, and being in your own style. It's not being different, it's being you. And also I love the first kind of explanation which brought, how he was sharing that it's a lot of in nowadays it became safe to be outcast. It became safe to be different. It became safe to follow like a different path. Like, oh, I do yoga, or I do like this practices, or I'm like do tantra, or I do this and this. It's kind of became another safety from mediocrity, or how a lot of people can think that if I do something different, then I'm different, I'm unique. But still, it doesn't mean that you're unique. If it's really like what your soul wants, yes. But if it's just something that we try to imitate because others doing this, or because we think that it makes us different, then in fact it's the same shadow. It's just another variety of the shadow. And coming from this shadow to the gift, it would be letting go all the stories, ideas, and identification you made about yourself, who you are. And in the case, I just remembered because, like, for example, I have the have the card where I write down what I offer, my offers, and in a way what I am. But if I really especially if I come to a city, I can just throw it away because I'm none of them. Yes, it's some tools that's through me working, but at the same time, it not describes me, and it doesn't describe who am I. It doesn't say about me. And that's why this key is very uncomfortable for the ego because it just doesn't care about any image. And this is what I also invite you to contemplate, and maybe we can have now a moment for questions or reflections around this. What do you feel the image is talking? I can put pause recording now while we will be sharing. What do you feel like the image is talking about yourself? Fully be who you are. I will just pause the recording for a moment.
So that's around
Ah,
the
what do we
it is
got?
in the Egypt series. This is papyrus.
Oh, this is a different one.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
papyrus, which is very
Papyrus.
nice. I never smelled it before I bought it.
no, there wasn't.
You never
Papyrus
smelled
puff.
before you bought it?
Papyrus, no.
Why? Ah, you mean like,
It's a very,
yeah.
it's the quintessential like plant of the Nile, you know?
Papyrus. It's not papyrus that they make papyrus like.
It is.
It's the same plant.
Same plant, yeah. It's a
The
papyrus from the plant.
Is it a tree or is it a bush?
It's like it reminds me a little bit of moringa, like kind of
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
got this
it's
like
got like
they're longer the leaves. There's kind of this
lots of
Yeah.
long leaves, long branches.
it's burning a little bit.
Oh yeah, it is a
it's very
very
and
familiar.
apparently it was it's like kind of a sacred plant in ancient Egypt.
No, it feels.
Ah,
I mean,
sweet.
I feel like they use it a lot in modern perfumes.
Yeah, it's like some smells
Zing.
that like that
Citrus, zingy, lemony.
Oh, I'm recording, I forget. Wow. Yeah. The interesting thing when you were sharing reminded me of this key that in fact this key is bringing the question of education.
Yes.
Bringing the question of how children do really need the education that we have right now. Because in a way, the education is teach you to be mediocrity. It's there's no space for freedom. There is no space for free thinking. There is no space for creativity. There is, if you try to create that, say you do the wrong thing, you have to do what the rules told you to do, and in a way, it's even killing the creation process. And of course, there are now different systems that, or like alternative schools, for example, where they bring creative approach and more develop also right brain, not also the left brain. But yeah, it's a question of the skills, like what we do with education, because this is where it all starts.
All goes wrong.
In fact, it's interesting. I just saw today with this key, everything that's in our energy field in a way connected. I just saw today on Instagram like a video of somebody who there was like a guy sitting like in this lecture in university where it's like the levels of the chairs, how would you call it, lectorium.
Auditorium.
And he's
Lecturing.
filming himself, and the video said, "This is what I'm supposed to do," and then it's another video, and this is what I did. And basically, he went to study kung fu, and it's like monastery, and doing kung fu for years already. So, and this is like this key in a way, you just have to find your path. Not somebody else's path, not what you think you need to do. And in a way, this key is like jumping into an old. I remember how I found human design and everything. I just quit the job. I had zero idea what I can do, but I just knew that I can't do this. This is for sure. I can't continue anymore. And and then this jumping into an old helped to in a way connect with the path of the soul. And this is what this gift will ask us to do. Will say that you have to jump into the fire of life and be ready to burn all the time, because There's nothing going to be ever predictable since then. It's not that you will find another like image.
This is shoepwear from 94.
The true rebellion is a rebellion against himself, in a way that it doesn't try to find any image, it doesn't try to stuck in any image and to be anybody. It's it feels free to be nobody or to explore a new identity in each and every moment. This was the gift of the style. It's not about finding a style that you can kind of mumify yourself in and say, okay, this is now who am I? This is what I need to do. This is my style. No, it's about constant changes. It's about constant surprising yourself. This is a very uncomfortable key for the ego because this gift doesn't accept any faults, any lies, any stories or ideas of who you have to be. It's so kind of unique in each and every moment, and it's like, yeah, that's only in a moment you can really know who you are and express what is in truth in this moment. And it's not what the image that you had about yourself. You can do, for example, yoga for 10, 20 years, and then one day you will pop and feel like it's done. And you want to do something completely different. This is about how you raise it to follow the truth in each and every moment without trying to have any mask, without trying to be somebody. And I could say how I feel is key with myself, that I feel I'm pretty connected with it in a way that since I made the jump a long time ago, I kind of was always an inspiration. Never know what's going to happen next time. Just feel what is aligned in this moment, and then when it's changing, it's changing. And of course, yeah, it takes sometimes more courage. Like, for example, when my soul first time told me about the music, my personality was freaking out. It was like, what do you mean? But then last week I went again to the DJ, and just my soul so happy, and I see that this is also a gift I have, and I'm gonna invest my time and energy into developing it more and more without knowing the final destination. But you don't need to know the final destination to start to walk the path. You just have to follow what feels right for you in this moment. And this is going to be the style. This is how you will live your unique style, and this is how you will inspire others to also be unique, to be unpredictable, to be somebody that the others never know what to expect from.
It's funny.
Because you don't know what to expect from yourself. In the next moment, you don't know who you're going to be. And of course, this key is a lot connected with different artistic forms also of expression yourself. But it's also raising the question how you can live this quality, how you can bring your style in a mundane life, in the routine. How still you can live your own style without trying to copy or imitate. And because in a way, unique style, it can't be imitated. It's you and it's only for you. It's like it's your expression. If somebody else will try to copy it, it's never going to be the same. And it in fact provoke us to find the courage to be the guide in a way to find the unique expression of your soul and follow it no matter what. And eat this delicious chocolate truffle.
Thank you.
How I can speak after this? I won't be able.
Style. So good today.
We'll have a pause. The only one thing I would add about the gift is that the person who expressed the gift of style is the one who surrendered to the process of creation itself. It does not invest in an image. In fact, it knows that this gift will destroy any image you try to create, because it's not about image. It's about the unique expression that happens in this exact moment. And just again, I reminded me of long time ago when I was working with people and was like I was in a human design, I was part of the group where I was different specialists, and there was people who brought us together, and it was something about developing our social media. And we met with a person, like a lady who was like a stylist. She wanted to meet with us because we wanted like to kind of for everybody to find the unique style and then the way how we do social marketing and everything. And when we came, we just were speaking, I just had so much resistance, and then I was crying because I was feeling like, I can't tell you these certain things about me, because today I like this, tomorrow I'm different. And I will not follow the script. And I felt so much pressure that but to do this like profession and everything, you have to follow the script, and then all the photos should be in a certain way and everything. I was like, but this is not me. I can't, because tomorrow I'll wake up and I'm bored. I'm absolutely not the person, and I can't say even the same things anymore because I changed. And like that's the thing, because when you are in the gift of the style, you are so uncomfortable to others. And this is also the part of this gift and of this key, because in fact, what's interesting about the shadow, coming a little bit to shadow back in mediocrity, that it's not the process of how the shadow starts to operate. It's not that you have this shadow. You have the shadow because of the way how others see you. The more they see you and project on you, the more you become that image that they project on you. And then and again, it starts from childhood, and then you absolutely disconnect from yourself. You focus from being inside, going out and going to check in every time the environment and if they like you or not. So because you think that this is what safety is, that if they like me, they're like be friends with me or whatever. The teachers will give me good scores, my parents will buy me something. But this key is this gift is what activates the true rebellion in us, that is saying, no, but I'm not here to satisfy anybody, even my own ideas about myself. I'm here just to be in a unique expression of how kind of God created, what my soul came here to experience. And then you started to see that what people think is not about you, it's about them. And you really stop caring about it at all. And I remember when I had the awakening years ago, and then I was in my Instagram, I was sharing very radical in a way, because it's like so many things open for me. And And it was so clear to me when people were saying something, either negative or positive, that neither of them kind of touched me, because I saw that even like positive, they saying something, they say about themselves, and negative they say about themselves, because I would say until we really wake up, we anyway always project from within us our subconsciousness into others. Until we go beyond the mental body and we can see from a causal body. What's happened for me that long time ago, that I went beyond mental body to causal body, the body of soul. And then I was experiencing myself in reality from the causal body. And this is absolutely different way of how we experience in reality, because you kind of be in a way beyond this, all this cloud, you started to see how mind and emotion, everything is operating everywhere, in yourself and everywhere. And I remember that at that stages, and I would say this is what the style and maybe even exquisiteness, I didn't have any like ideas about myself. I felt like I didn't have any personality. There was emptiness. There were people, even I remember one friend who, she was like scanning people, and once we met, she asked me, what happened with you? I can't scan you. I'm trying to scan you, but all I see is emptiness. Like, what's going on? Like, where is your chakras? Like, what happened with your system? And that was because in a way I was emptiness. And I remember the experience. I was observing that, for example, when I was just with myself, I was just emptiness. That's also like a freedom, and just there was no fear in this. It's just like emptiness at the same time fullness. But when I was meeting with someone, even when, for example, I did human design, I was able to see how their ideas about me and feelings, they come in, let's say this is like a white list, a white paper for mine. And then they have the ideas and everything kind of put in the colors. And this creating some image, because they think something about me, they believe, they feel something. And this is what, in a way, also affected and forming myself and my identity. But I had enough clarity to see that this is not me and not attach myself to this. But how normally we work is that we are identifying. And that's why while we, let's say, have an awakened, we have to very carefully choose our environment, because we will also become what others think about us or feel about us. That's in a way why we need others, because we want to be reflected. And we need to choose environment where we really become like the best version of ourselves, where the people can reflect also our gifts, our talents, and help us to grow the same as we do for them. And yeah, this is, I would say, this is maybe not so much connected with the style, but something we just want to share right now, as in a way we're becoming also what our environment, the Polish people are think and feel about us, because it's constantly creating, it's like adding the like information that also store, and it's creating our identity. And if you have enough clarity, yeah, we can just stay fully in our center, but it's alive and it's constantly pulling us outside. So that would help with having in a way supportive environment. And then coming into
Exquisiteness.
that this is very mysterious, because this is like jump into the river and have zero idea where the flow will take you. And it's been touched by fire of life, and then this fire burned it. These people who represent the city, they are not leaders. They don't try to be leaders. They don't want to lead others anywhere. but by their nature, they awaken others. Just their presence is act like, yeah, again, like the energy, the fire that awake others, because they're so sensitive to any lie, to any false, to any mediocrity, that when they see this kind of energy exploding, because it's in a way, it's exploding this lie to others. It's like immediately kind of pointing and exploding and bringing on the surface that, in a way, yes, people are uncomfortable for the collective stream, because it's not that it fights with this, it's just this fire of life, the weakness is so strong that it burn any false identities that people build around themselves. And what is also interesting about the city is that when we're in the city, we at the same time we are a drop in the ocean and the whole ocean itself. And it's very paradoxical, because when we fully embody the city, we become that absolute unique expression of God that can be only you, like a fingerprint. Never is ever going to be repeated. And at the same time, you the whole existence, you're the whole consciousness, because again, the city is a transparent state. Also, what's interesting, I love how Richard Rudd explained this in a way. He said, when we speak about cities, we can't really speak about them because there is no way to say about something that exists beyond words. So what we're doing when we speak about city, in fact, we're speaking about the effects that the city is doing in us, in our system. That we can experience, that we can put in words, that we can describe. But the city itself, it's horrible, can't put it in words because it's beyond words. And the image that comes here with this exquisiteness is a diamond. And the diamond as its I'm just connection with this field, and I really get this. The words, they just not exist here. The diamond, in a way, it's very how to say, strong, and at the same time it's very soft. It has this like octaeder shape,
octagonal,
like the eight
octagonal,
the eight angles, and the eight is a kind of sacred number about how this universe is made. It's like this shape, kind of sacred geometry. It's the diamond is something that is pure, that can fully how to say,
the diamond, the 8 is the
infinity. And the purity of diamond, that can fully shine a light and show all the spectrums of light and the colors of light. And at the same time, the diamond itself is not enough to fully express the city, because it's called the of water, and it's also water. A water that is soft, a water that is almost like a flow. It's not shaped in any form like a diamond, and it's very mysterious in a way that the water doesn't have magnetic qualities, so it means it does not attract anything. And the interesting example or metaphor of this key is also what he said in Chidrat is a monopole. They call it like monopole, the ones that is kind of set in the core of existence, and this is just monopoly.
monopole,
Yes.
magnetic pole. What do you say?
Monopole is what he's saying. So it's interesting because in human design they call it magnetic monopole, and in this CD he's saying this monopole that is just kind of sitting in the core of existence. It's just a pure being of who you are. It's something that, and if we see with the codon ring of water with the second jinki, they call it the second jinki. It's in the G center in human design. And this is what they say where this monopole is the space of this monopole.
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 Between the two annals.
The second jinki, that's what they say in human design, is what the monopole is. It's a G center in human design, and G is like who you are, your identity, and the love. And the second, they call it a seed of a driver. Like, and driver is the monopole because it's not your personality. Who is driving you towards life, kind of, who's know your past. Like a monopole is those who know your past. It has all their answers
Fixed.
already, and it's fixed. Yes, it's fixed to direction. It's just
Monopole. Monopole means one, and there's only one line symmetry, like one pole is mono.
yeah.
2 and 8 is a monopole.
And the 2 and 8 is codon ring of water. So they form the one codon ring. And this is again the feminine.
Yeah. There's the axis,
There's 2,
the central axis.
Yes. So it's again like if you
Mm.
want to enter the core of existence, you enter it through feminine.
Mm.
You enter it through surrender. You enter it through softness and through letting go, like giving it in a way to water everything. That you don't try to be anybody, you don't try to reach any destination. In fact, you just so fully present that you also start to experience unity, and unity, the seed of second jinki that's bringing you in home. You're just finding a home that you thought was lost, but in fact it was always inside you, and in fact this is you are the home. And yeah, that's why again these keys are connected in a way that this CD is bringing us to this point of, in a way, emptiness where nothing is happening anymore. That is beyond anything. It helps us to absolutely detach from any stories, any ideas, any purposes, any missions, any sense of, oh, I'm here for this purpose, or I'm doing this and that. It knows that in this depth, it's just simple here. It's just beingness. And it's interesting also if we will see this mandala of Jinkies and how they go. The next key after the 8 is 20. In fact, we're also entering the 20 today. And 20 is just a presence. It's a key of presence, being that it's the key that is the only purpose of this key is bringing us to the present moment, here and now. So, and we can see again, there's like the themes, how these keys are going. Before it was 23rd. And the seed of 23 was quintessence, the Buddha fever. That is burning everything that you are not, and only your essence, what is left, the truth of who you are. And then we have the 8, that is exquisiteness. Yes. I surrender. I give up on this. Exquisiteness. Yeah.
Very good.
You see, after I surrender,
Yeah.
it's like so after we have this essence that Buddha fever, like the fire purified, then we come into the water and we come even deeper into the core of existence, where there is no any more meanings even. It's like, can you imagine how you can live your life if you don't have any meanings? Imagine you let go all the meanings, like you need to fulfill this dharma, you need to have this purpose, or family, or money, or whatever. If there is no meanings, none of them, then how you will live? From a perspective of shadow, it would be terrible life, or you will be lost, and you will take meanings of others and create ideas about yourself based on based on other meanings, because you just can't be in this void, in this emptiness. But from a perspective of CD, again, the second and 8 connected, you already went into the void and you relaxed and surrender, and you found, in fact, the love and the home that is there, that was guiding you to source. And then from this perspective, you don't need any meaning. You know anyway that there is no meaning. There is nothing, in fact, you came to do. There is nothing you came to fulfill. This all it's needed to a certain point to continue the story till the point when you're ready to evolve the story and just simply be. And this is what the exquisiteness would be in its deep core. That's why it's kind of undescribable, because you can't describe what is left after everything gone. And yeah, maybe we're ready to go to meditation. Okay. I love this. There's also what I feel personally is not impossible how I feel this CD. As Richard Ross saying, the person who embodied the CD would just represent light. His energy would be just showing the light. He would become the light itself. And this is honestly how I felt last night when I was driving home and listening to this care. I was just feeling some mutation in my system happening, where in a way I was becoming the light, but not even it was just light way. And even maybe Anthony can share, when I came home, you noticed that my field was just kind of shining the light in a way. And this is something how I feel. It's at some point when I feel the soul is ready to merge with source. It's just this attraction in a way towards source, or this pull has become so strong that anything else is naturally dissolving and stop bringing your attention, kind of dragging your attention. And that's why you come closer, and then kind of the enlightenment happening, where what feels to me, that's not enlightened. It's not like something happened to you, something changed. In fact, you just realized what always has been. It's nothing changed. It's just the realization of life that you always feel, they're always here happened.
Like painting.
Why this?
Look at this figure of 8.
Yeah.
Snakes caught in a figure of 8.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's go into meditation. We can close our eyes. Deep breath. Just relaxing into our body. Maybe if you need to stretch, you can stretch. Feel how the breath is running through you. And your feet. And feeling your root system and how it's going down to the core of the Mother Earth. When we breathe in the energy of Mother Earth into our system. It's going through all our body up to the core of the source, to the source, to the core of the universe. And then we breathe in and breathe out, an energy of source going back into our bodies, through our crown down. It's purifying anything we don't need. Going through our spine down to the core of the earth. We can call upon energy of Archangel Michael also to support us and protect during this process. Help to remove any dark energies. There is a light in our hearts. A rainbow sphere around our bodies, around our physical and subtle bodies. Connect with the wisdom of Gene Keys in our own DNA, connect with our DNA. And reconnect with the A Gene Key. And with the shadow of mediocrity. And feel it, where is it in your system? How do you feel it? How shadow blocks you? Or the story you keep telling yourself about who you are and what you can and what you cannot. And breathe with the shadow, breathe into this shadow. Breathe out all the stories that you kept. And give the love to these parts of yourself that needs love. The parts that might think that you're not enough, or you need to prove something, or you have a advice of somebody, or you can't fully show yourself because people will not fully receive or understand any stories. Just remove them and to give love to these parts of you that needs love and attention. Feeling that you are enough, and who you are is already enough. You don't need to be anybody else. Feeling your belly, and feeling how energy is moving towards the gift of style. what is your unique style, unique expression of life? What does your heart wants to express? What dreams to fulfill? How you can let yourself be in your personal, or even better, your authentic style, beyond your personality, your ideas. And then you can feel how seed is coming towards you, and be open to receive this frequency. Exquisiteness. I hope I said perfectly. Feeling the seeding, how will you merge with it? There is nothing you need to do, nobody you need to be. There's a pure expression of light. Without any images or stories or ideas, burn in every second to a sacred fire of light. Becoming the essence yourself and surrendering to a source. When you are everything and you are the drop in the ocean at the same time. Feel into what is beyond words. Let it nourish your soul, your body, and your spirit. We'll stay for 1 minute in the silence of the CD, just feeling, accepting, and merging with it. Easily can take deep breath. And 3 times if you need. Then rub your hands, your palms. Put it towards your face, smell the papyrus on your wrists. When you're ready, eyes. Or stay with the eyes closed if you need. Stay for longer. Too strong.
Yeah.
I just noticed you have a new piggy now.
Yeah, he's been ever since you got the small piggy.
I don't just, I mean, I saw him, but I saw him now with the clear eyes.
Where? So?
Yeah, it's back to the shoot.
Shoot where?
Oh, it's exquisiteness.
Only the soul can know. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Wow. There's something exquisite in this city.
Want to share?
You cannot share. There's no words. I would say, it's like for me, what was coming through was like being a dreamer and like thinking of like a child's mind, like before it gets well developed and all these ideas coming from outside, you just have like the dream mind, and I just tapped into this realm, like this inner. I don't know. It's not a dream realm, but I felt the only way I can describe it's like a dream, but it's your dream, and yeah, when I felt this place, it was like, wow. Yeah, this felt really magical to be there inside, whatever that is, this thing. Yeah, and your exquisiteness.
It's very, very timely. The key and the theme. I'm about to step into like as many things like my Water 3.0 next chapter with Usada, my healer journey. Like my old life, like my business life is coming back around through someone. There's like many things in front of me, and I felt like maybe the failures and restrictions of the past that kind of is struggling a little bit with it, but this gave really clarity. And the meditation today is like, yeah, the shadow is, yeah, that restriction, that like smallness, and in the gift that sort of like to feel that diamond, and it's like kind of shining through and bringing that out. And in the city, it's like that kind of disappears. It's just that being, you know, that needing to project even that beauty out is gone. It's just like this weightless feeling.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I honestly love this small container today.
We needed it, I felt, to get there.
Without just any distractions.
More internalized process.
Thank you, Martin, for the team, for your magic as always, for your
Thank you, Martin.
exquisiteness
Yes.
of the tea ceremonies in this evening.
Oh.
You guys gonna stay and eat?
Mhm.